All right. Well, happy holidays, everyone. And it is time for our holiday naming auction. This has always been a super successful auction for us. And how it's going to run is it's going to go from now until, about 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve. And then if you want to give that gift, I will be emailing certificates, naming certificates out to you that evening that you can wrap up, put on a tree, keep for New Year's, anything you want to do. I know we've kind of missed Hanukkah here, but at the same time, if you win a auction, you will get a certificate on the 24th after the auction ends, and I will email that to you directly. You can print it out, or you can email it to whoever who's won your auction. So we have 8 opportunities for you to name things in our naming auction this month, and or the holiday naming auction, and it is gonna be a fun one. I've got them all here scattered around me. I'm like not knowing where to start, and so I guess we just need to start somewhere. And I think I will start with this baby corn snake. This baby corn snake was bred and hatched here at my nature lab. The mother of this snake is Sunshine, and the father of this snake is Checkers. So if you look at this snake here, we've got the zigzag pattern there that we don't know where it came from, out of which snake, but Sunshine is definitely the mom. Actually, I'm not so certain Checkers is the dad. We haven't done the genetics of all of them, so I should say that. But I think he was, because he seems to be the most interested in the females during the breeding season. And we do keep all the big adult corn snakes together, so it's hard to really know who's dad. But this snake is just stunning. It's a unique color. We don't have any other ones that are this orange. It's almost like a tangerine, and that probably is some of the Sunshine genes from the sunburst genes from mom, Sunshine. So there it is. So what are you going to name this snake? Bidding on this snake starts at $25. If you want to just buy it now so you're not outbidding anybody, you can buy it now for $250. The rights to name that snake. All right, this little lizard has really been growing on me over the years. When we first opened, we only had 2 leopard geckos. Now I think we have 6. And this is one of the ones that someone brought to us, and it was really, really sad because it had a broken arm, and they really didn't know how to care for it. And actually, you don't do anything for them when they have a broken arm. You just try and make them as comfortable as possible until that heals, giving them a high calcium diet, just like us. If we were to break a bone, we want to have a lot of calcium to help repair that bone. And so she has become one of the favorites here at the lab. She's just kind of got a salt and peppery look to her. And this is a leopard gecko, the one with the broken arm. So what are you going to name this one? Bidding for this lizard starts at, look how fat her tail is getting. She is in prime condition. So even with that broken arm, it doesn't bother her at all. She just keeps on trucking. So bidding on this beautiful lizard starts at $25. And again, if you want to just buy it now, you can for the $250. All right. The next group of next is a pair of animals. These are our Redeared Sliders. This is a male, and we know he's a male because he's got long fingernails, and this is a female. And we are auctioning off the rights to name these as a pair. So if you win the rights, you get to name both of these animals, a male and female Redeared Sliders. They're about half grown. Actually, the male he might be getting close to fully grown, but this female is about half grown. She's going to double in size, and then I don't think we'll ever breed Redeared Sliders, but we might get some eggs from them just to hatch, so we can watch them hatch. But they're amazing. They get that name. I don't know if you can see here the red ears on them. That's how they get their name. That's part of their social communication. So when you're in a pond, you can't see very far underwater, especially if the water's really murky or dirty. But when you stick your head out of the pond, you can see a long ways. And turtles see in color, and they have great eyesight. And so when they're looking for a mate or looking for friends, they see that red ear from a distance and know that it's not a painted turtle, which has more of a yellow ear. They still have some red on their head. Or let's say a Blandings turtle, which has a bright orange chin. So there's other turtles out there that use color for communication, and that red-eared slider is a great one for these guys. And you can actually see the difference here in the tails. The male has a massive tail, and the female has a little tail, but it's actually easier to, he's going to bite her. It's actually easier to look at their fingernails. Males have really long fingernails, and they use them during courtship. They send waves of water over the female's face. I have video of that, really old video of that from this guy doing that to our old snapping turtle, but maybe I'll see if I can find some of that and add it to this video so you can see what the waves of water look like when they're courting. So that pair is starting at, the bidding for the names are starting at $50, and it's going to go up to $500 for buy it now. If you just want to say, hey, I'm just going to buy it. That's what I want. I want to name those. I don't want to mess around and bid with anybody. All right, so this snake, this is our wandering garter snake, and he has a very interesting story. About a month before my nature lab opened, I got a call from a family in Superior who had just moved here from somewhere else, and they had a hibernaculum underneath their front driveway, right by their front door. And they kept seeing snakes, so they called me, and I went out to their house, and I was like, man, you have a perfect yard for snakes. I showed them why they had a perfect yard for snakes and explained it, and then I caught this snake. And they were so afraid of snakes at the time that they asked me to take it. Now, snake relocation doesn't work, so what was I going to do with it? I knew the lab was going to open it. This is one of the few snakes the state of Colorado allows us, a native species that the state of Colorado allows us to keep as pets. So I decided that it would become an educational animal. It's been here almost 3 years and doesn't have a name yet. You get the opportunity to name this snake. We're starting the bidding at this one for $25, and the buy it now will be $250. What's amazing about the story about that is that, yes, I took a snake out of the wild and put it in captivity. But if I had relocated it, which is actually not technically allowed in Colorado to relocate snakes, you're not allowed to relocate wildlife in general. Because when you relocate it, well, one, you're putting it someplace where there's already snakes living, maybe. If there's no snakes there, maybe there's no food there. There's maybe a reason why there's no snakes there. So chances are that snake that you relocate, or that wild animal that you relocate, is going to die. And so we just don't do it. And it's going to have a better life here at the lab. It's educating people about it. And the best part of this whole story is that family called me later and said, we're seeing more snakes, and now they want them there. How amazing is that? Now, I couldn't take this snake and put it back in there because it had already been in contact, or not direct contact, but in the lab or with other captive snakes, and we don't want to ever spread any disease. But back to the wild population, so I couldn't pet it back. But just fascinating. These people now, they like snakes. It's awesome, and they have them in their front yard. I'm so jealous. I wish I had snakes in my front yard. I don't have any snakes at all. I mean, I moved to a new house this year, and my old house didn't have any snakes, and my new house, I had high hopes that I would see a snake. My boys and I were talking about seeing a snake there, and we didn't see one all summer long, even being stuck at home. All right, so the next set of snakes, of names. This is a mother-daughter. Actually, let me see. Yes, a mother-daughter pair. So we have Mom here, who's never had a name. She's been at the lab for almost 2 years now. And then we have little last year's baby. And this is last year's baby, and she is gigantic. I sent her home with my brother for a year, and my brother, he just made her huge. She is in beautiful shape. Okatee snake, Okatee corn snake, both of these. They are going to get darker or more orange. Well, she's already is orange, but this snake will get more orange as it grows older. So you have a chance here to name a mother-daughter pair. We're starting the bidding for these guys, or these girls, these gals, or whatever, at these women. They're amazing snakes, but and we're starting the bidding at $50 with a $500 buy it now. Do you have a mother-daughter or names that match their, or they don't have to be that either, but they're just two female snakes. One is one of our breeders who lays eggs every year for us, and then one is her baby. that from last year, and just gigantic. This snake is the same, is a year old, just over a year old, and is about the size of almost a 2-year-old wild corn snake. So really fun. I'll put these guys back, and then we've got a couple more critters to name here. Woo! Oh boy! All right, let's go to the Honduran milk snake. This is our candy cane snake. This is a perfect one for Christmas or just the holiday season. But it has black in it, so maybe not. Maybe it's more of a Halloween. But we're already past the Halloween season. But this is a Honduran milk snake, like their name suggests. They're from Honduras, or that part. And so this is the whole group of snakes is the tricolored snakes. These are the ones that a lot of people say are mimics to the coral snakes. And I actually, in our virtual lab this month, I'm going to do a whole lesson on mimicry, and then just leave the question up. Is it mimicry or is it camouflage? How can this color be camouflage? Well, join Virtual Lab Plus on Patreon, and you'll get that video as soon as I make it. If you don't do that, you have to wait for it for quite a while. But if you want it as soon as I make it, join Virtual Lab Plus on Patreon. So this snake is just we don't use it enough in our lessons. It's an incredible snake. It's in the genus Lampropeltis. The king snakes are in that genus, and the milk snakes are in that genus. And Lampropeltis just means shiny skin. I mean, they have incredibly smooth and shiny skin. But this snake needs a name. What are you going to name it? Bidding starts at $50 for this one because it is a special one. It's our only Honduran milk snake that we have here, and it is he is quite a big one for a male. Female would get a little bit bigger than this because they lay the eggs. But there it is, our Honduran milk snake. Red on black, friend of Jack. If you're in Honduras, don't use that rhyme. It might get you bitten by something you don't want to be bitten by. And that's why I will be doing a lesson on mimicry coming up soon. All right, I've got 2 more critters here. One of them I'm going to see if it will eat for us right here in front. I mean, just right here. I've got a little mouse. Actually, I'm going to get it 2 mice. And the next 2 snakes don't have a starting bid. Both these are just buy it nows. These are going to grow into some of the lab favorites. So like Thor, think of Thor. Think of Tabasco. Well, this next lizard, and the last one's going to be a snake, but this next lizard here is our Argentine black and white tegu. It is not like Regulus. This lizard is really, really smart. Regulus, our gold tegu, is a super energetic and just spastic eater, right? And so we really can't trust him to be held by anybody. I barely trust him when I hold him. And so this guy is the Argentine black and white tegu, a different genus even. They're invasive in Florida. They've moved into Georgia now. There's populations in Georgia, and we think South Carolina. So this lizard can survive freezing temperatures. They do that by making their own energy. They can thermoregulate. They can raise their body temperature sometimes 10 degrees above ambient temperature. So if you're down in a hole and the hole is 68 degrees, they can raise their temperature to be 78 and be just fine. They prefer to be near 95 and 100 degrees, and that's why when you do come in the lab and you see these guys, they are baking hot. Ask me to get out the heat sensitive gun, or the heat sensing gun, and we'll find out how hot they are. I mean, they are probably about 110 degrees sometimes. Just baking hot. But this lizard is going to get gigantic. 4 feet long, maybe weigh 20, 25 pounds. And be puppy dog tame. So you think Tabasco's pretty tame and walking around. This one's going to get into your lap and say, scratch my neck. It is going to be an amazing lizard. Now, we're about a year away from that, maybe 6 months of getting it so tame enough for that, because he still is pretty fun to feed. Now, that's what I was going to say. Let's see if I can get it to eat here. I'm going to put it right down here I'll get out another video camera here, and we'll see if we can get it to eat. Here we go. I put a little mouse in front of it. Oh, smelled the mouse. Here it goes. And gobble, gobble, gobble. Oh, he's just going to hold the mouse. Look at that. He's just going to hold the mouse and run away with it. I don't know if he's going to eat it for us. But, all right, I'm just going to let him do his thing. The bidding, there is no bidding for this one. Like I said, oh, here he goes. He's eating it. There is no bidding for this lizard. We are, oh man, is that awesome. I hope you guys just watch him eat that. Oh, they just eat things whole, just like a snake does, but they're a little bit different. They toss it up in the air and they use inertia, they use gravity to help get it down into their belly. Oh, it is just amazing. Let me see if he'll eat another one. This is definitely worth the little break. So I'll just say, bidding on this lizard is, there is no bidding. If you want to name this lizard, we're asking for a $500 donation to name this lizard, and your name would be attached to this lizard forever. And it is going to be, like I said, a really cool lizard to have here in the lab. It doesn't look like it wants to eat another mouse right now. Oh, maybe. It still hasn't finished swallowing the first one. All right, swallow the first one. It slipped. Here it goes. It's going to get the second one. Watch this thing eat. This is worth it. This is awesome. So if you want, when you're naming this one, if you make an additional $500 donation when you name it, and you go up to that $1,000 mark, you will be its sponsor for next year, for all of 2020. So we are going to have some opportunities starting 2021, starting in 2021. There it goes. He finished eating it. So we are we're gonna start. Look at him. He ate those two mice, and he's got two tails sticking out of his mouth. I've got to get a picture of that. Oh man, too special. Uh-oh. Phone's up. The phone's not on the right category. All right. Oh. Let me just get a photo. It doesn't want me to take his picture. I can't get it. There we go. So, but we're going to have, starting in 2021, you can sponsor individual animals. And so stay tuned for that. That's not part of this, but I'm just saying if you wanted to go ahead and be that, name it and sponsor it for next year, that would be awesome. So to do that, you just put in you do your buy it now, and then the software, the auction site allows you to add an extra donation. Go ahead and if you add, I'll put it in the description of this one. But you can sponsor that one for another $500 for next year, and that's going to be a savings on what it actually the sponsorship for that lizard will be in the future. All right, this snake is super special. This one comes from Florida. We've been trying to name it for a while now, but we still haven't found the right name or the right folks who want to name this one. This one does have a high reserve. This one, we're starting the bidding at $1,000. You can buy it now. Well, actually, I'm sorry. There won't be a buy it now price on this one, but we're starting it. This snake will get to 18 feet long. This snake is going to weigh 150 pounds. This snake is going to be bigger than most of the humans that come into this lab. Now, look at her. She's not that big, but she's only a year old. Mr. Bags, who is over 8 feet long and weighing about 20 pounds now, is 3 years old. So when this snake is 3 years old, it's going to be 12 feet long and weigh about 40 pounds. And so double the size of Mr. Bags. I mean, and just amazing. And that's just in 2 more years. And as this snake keeps growing and growing and growing, and guess what? She is going to be super gentle. Look at her. I mean, she is an amazing snake. She gets a little huffy and puffy and hissy with me sometimes, but that's me handling her wrong. But what I can't wait for is for you guys to lay down and have the, because you can't do it in the chairs, I don't think, because she's going to be too heavy, and have her slither across you and feel her weight as she slithers across you. So she definitely needs a good name. We're starting the bidding at $1,000. And it's worth it because she is going to live 30 years. maybe 40, maybe 50 years. So as the lab grows, as the lab just becomes bigger and better, I'm not saying like in bigger, but because we want to really keep our intimate feeling and the hands-on experiences, because that is how we change minds and change perceptions about snakes, is those hands-on experiences. But what I mean by bigger is just as we just get better, and we as everything in here grows and gets better. This snake, along with the tegu I just showed you, are going, well, they already are some of my favorites. And they're going to become your favorites here at my nature lab. It's just, I'm getting emotional thinking about it, because the opportunity is, this is like naming Xena, who will be our longest snake, who's already almost 13 feet long. This will be like naming Mr. Bags or Severus, or I mean these are the creatures that are going to just be the foundation of the experiences here at my nature lab, like Thor is, like Tabasco is. All right, so woo, I got emotional there at the end. Sorry, but as you guys know, my nature lab is my passion. It's my dream, and all of you are making it come true. So there's our 8 naming auctions that we have. That's funny. I didn't expect it. I mean, this is so exciting and so much fun. I did not expect to get emotional. And thankfully, that's at the end of the video, and most people have quit watching. But all right, where are we going from there? Okay, so this is our naming auction. We got these eight groups of animals for you to bid on. We got the 2 pairs. We got all the singles. We've got the amazing ones, the tegu, the Burmese python, the baby one that is from Florida. This snake came from the Everglades. It's one of the invasive ones. So by having it here at the lab, we were helping out the South Florida native ecosystems of South Florida. So follow the link. Bid now. Auction's going to end on Christmas Eve, December 24th at about, I think I'm going to do 6 p.m. because that'll give me till about 8 p.m. Give me about 2 hours to get the certificates made and emailed out for all the winners. And yeah, this is going to be fun. I can't wait to see what you name these animals. Thanks, folks.